Discovery.
Hello and welcome to Weekly Weird News, brought to you by Cutting to the Bull in the Post-Truth Apocalypse. I'm Ben. As always, I'm hanging out with Mike.
Hello.
Claire.
Hey.
And Pete.
Alright.
This is Weekly Weird News, the show where we discuss the weekly the weekly world of the weird as we found on the World Wide Web.
Three.
That one's staying in.
That one can stay in. This time I made a mistake a second ago.
I may have.
Obviously one flawless as I does not tend to make many.
You do realise Mike spends about 45 hours a week editing this?
Ha!
Because he's editing his cock-ups.
I say the most.
He's not too bad.
I'm
He's not
joking.
too bad.
Only 40
I'm
hours.
a, good. I'm a goddamn professional, damn it. Anyway, yeah, this is where we discuss the weirdest shit we found on the net.
Oh, I
this
saw
week.
this the other day on, I think it was on BBC News. Hilarious.
Nebraska police issue citation to driver with a bull riding shotgun. Not literally with a shotgun, he's in the front seat, he's in the passenger seat next to the driver. It's a bull. It's a huge bull.
He's converted like an old Cadillac kind of.
It's got fucking horns. It's got massive horns.
It's giant, isn't it?
It's
What
a
the
big
fuck?
fucking bull.
It's huge.
Protruding through the window.
No, he's got it cut out.
He's converted this. He's literally sat in like a little fucking bullpen platform that he's converted onto this car. He's clearly
A live bull.
insane.
Fuck off.
yeah. I saw video of this, and you want to have seen this shit all on the back window.
Oh, I was just
Honestly.
thinking, if that bull turns its head to the side, it's smashing the windscreen.
Of the next door.
Well, and the driver.
Yeah.
He's like cut away part of the passenger seat, hasn't he, and everything.
On the window.
And the window and installed
roof.
like
Looks like a little bit of reinforcement
yeah,
to make
like
sure
a
that.
pen.
Yeah. Well, let's scroll down and read it. Listener, check out the picture. It's weird.
Wow.
You will find a video of it. There's videos out there of it, easily to find.
Norfolk officers in Virginia responded to a call about a vehicle with a cow inside. Oh, it's not Virginia. It's Denver. This is Denver. I don't know. It's Norfolk.
Nebraska.
Nebraska. There's a cow inside a vehicle, and they assume they would encounter a smaller animal. Denver NBC affiliate KUSA reported. They thought it was going to be a calf or something small or something that would actually fit inside the vehicle. Captain Chad Raymond told News Channel of Nebraska. Instead, they saw Howdy Doody, a full-size Watusi bull owned by Lee Meyer of Nelly.
Yeah.
Raymond said the officers carried out a traffic stop, quote, addressed some traffic violations that were occurring with that particular situation. However, Meyer was only given a warning, not a moving violation, and was asked to take Howdy Doody back home and out of the city. Worth pointing out, Howdy Doody the cow, isn't that named after the fucking demon from The Exorcist? That was Captain Howdy, sorry. Close. He is a celebrity in his hometown, often appearing at parades, but the bull's fame apparently hadn't reached Norfolk at the time of his joyride, according to Meyer's wife, Rhonda. Got a phone call from my son, wanted to know if his dad's in jail, she told News Channel Nebraska. Someone sent this news to him, so yeah, he just kind of went downhill from there. Yeah, taking your bull out for a ride in the car.
What was he thinking?
I want to take my bull out for a ride in the car. That's exactly what he was thinking.
He's actually gone as far as adapting the car like fully for this purpose. Yeah. So he's built like the side windows in the middle of the car, if that makes sense. So he's got all full. He's windowed in. He's got like he's in a proper cockpit of car. So he's completely separate from the bull. It's just mad. And like I said, the bull's ass is pretty much sitting over its back right the back right window, and the cow's just shit all over it. It's like one giant bird shit, but of cow.
What if that's flicking back at you as you're riding a motorbike behind him?
Yeah, you would not want to be behind it.
No.
No, definitely not.
What's wrong with just pulling a trailer? What the fuck is he thinking?
Because he's a crazy American person who likes to do things a bit big and brash, like Americans like. No offence. I'm just saying what I see. It's just,
Oh,
you
he's
know.
got some other horns stuck to the car, look. Hasn't he?
Yeah.
They were massive horns. I didn't think
Yeah.
the horns got that big.
Those horns are probably 1.5 meters in length, aren't they?
They're huge, aren't they?
They look quite sharp too.
Yeah.
They've got to be. They're as thick as the bloke's head.
Yeah.
What if you're driving a bike alongside him and that just takes you off?
He's
He's
gored by it.
just goy. He's got a motorcyclist impaled on one of the horns.
Or a fucking school bus.
I can see why there's motoring violations been put into place here.
Well, yeah. You'd lose your licence in this country for that. Instantly.
I don't know.
You would. You'd lose your licence for
Not
that.
in America. It's a land of the free. And if you want to take your cow for a ride in a car, that's every goddamn American's God-given right. Land that he's not breaking the Constitution, is he?
It is wonderful.
Oh well, next one.
Master of Puppies. A dog ran away from home, watched a Metallica show, and stayed for the whole thing.
That's my kind of dog.
A pooch called Storm snuck out and somehow made her way to Metallica's record-breaking show at Los Angeles SoFi Stadium.
How do they know it went there?
You got a photo of it sat in the crowd.
Never.
It's sat on a seat at the back.
Just watching Metallica, fucking thinking, I love this shit.
According to Metallica's official Twitter account, a pooch called Storm ran away from a home near to the 70,000-seater stadium and ended up in the audience for one night of the band's two-show residency. You might have heard we had a four-legged fan join us, the band tweeted yesterday. Despite reports to the contrary, our friend Storm snuck out of her home and made her way to the gig all by herself. Although the post doesn't explain how Storm got to the concert, it states that she had such a lovely time that she stayed and watched the whole thing. She has then returned home safely the following day.
He's obviously listening to Barks Eternia, Master of Puppies, the mailman that never comes.
I was trying my hardest to think of fucking puns with a dog sat at a Metallica concert, but I couldn't think of fucking any.
Master
And
of
then as
Puppies,
soon
isn't
as
it?
Master of Puppies comes up, I was like, God damn it, how didn't I get that one?
If I ever had a dog training company, it would be called Master of Puppies.
Yeah, that's brilliant, isn't it? What a brilliant training name for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I say, I love it. There is actually a picture. It says, oh no, it's gone missing image, but there is a picture. The dog is literally sat. It's like a husky type Malamute type dog, and he's kind of just sat on the seat at the back watching this Metallica concert.
Wicked. Do you think the owner maybe was a Metallica fan and
I'm
it
actually.
was used to that noise and it heard it from a bit of a distance and thought, oh,
That
that's where
sounds
Dad
right.
is?
Yeah.
And maybe it went there because Mum or Dad listened to Metallica quite loud quite often.
I'm going with this dog Storm is a reincarnation of a deceased Metallica fan.
And he's like, I'm getting to that fucking concert.
Yeah. They're playing over the road.
It's probably more likely you just happened to wander there and got a load of fuss and...
Well, they wouldn't have let it into the ground, like, you know, the showground or the stadium, would they? It'd have had to sort of,
It's a 70,000 seater stadium,
you
isn't it?
know, just snuck by someone's legs, you know.
Yeah,
Got it under a little
snuck
fence
it in
or
and then
something.
it's getting a lot of fuss and...
Not like this.
Yeah.
Someone's just fed me nachos. Nom, 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 nom.
Yeah. Either way, I'm going for reincarnated Metallica fan.
Plausible.
Big if true.
What? Parents warned after cracking eggs on toddlers' heads in TikTok
Oh, for
trend.
fuck's sake.
Fucking hell.
What kind of TikTok trend is that, for fuck's sake?
People are fucking sheep, man. Why are you going to do what some idiot on the internet does?
Hashtag egg prank has been viewed more than 670 million times. Whoa. And left some children crying or looking upset.
Haven't young children, their heads aren't properly formed yet?
No, you're right, they're not.
They have a little
Yeah.
soft spot,
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
they?
yeah. Cause some damage, couldn't it?
If it was an hard-boiled egg, maybe.
No, it's just a raw egg.
But either way.
Right.
Still.
Either way, it's fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Well, this phenomenon has gone viral despite causing some children to cry or leaving them upset. And sometimes the child throws the egg back at the parent. What are they thinking?
Well, hold on, they're not doing this to newborn babies then. like the
Toddlers, it says.
Toddlers.
like yeah, but like the ad suggested, it's not newborn babies, is it? Let's face it. But
No,
still, carry on.
However, medical experts have warned that the prank could have side effects, including bruising on the head or spreading germs.
Oh yeah, salmonella for one.
Yeah.
They're literally smacking salmonella on their foreheads.
So, Dr. Megan Martin, a paediatric emergency medical consultant at Johns Hopkins Children's Center, Florida, who had 1.3 million followers on TikTok, says, "I was not a fan of this at all. It's not something that benefits kids in any way, and honestly, I don't find it entertaining."
Stupid, really.
My breath's taken away on how stupid this is.
Yeah.
I want to watch one. I want to see it out of curiosity. It's like what I'm not sure I understand the whole premise behind it or anything. I'm hoping
Someone's cracked an egg on a toddler's head on TikTok, and all of a sudden it's a fucking
Trend.
it's a trend. You've got to do it otherwise, and film yourself doing it otherwise, because then you won't get your little bit of attention.
But
But how much of a fucking sheep do you have to be?
are
how
they
much
doing
of
it as a
think for
practical
yourselves.
joke? Like, are they saying to the kid, "Oh, here's a hard-boiled egg. Watch
That's
this."
a raw egg. No, it's just like smack on the top of the kid's head. We're cooking, blah blah blah. Let's make a cake, little Jimmy. Oh, let's crack this egg. Smack on top of his head.
It's literally that.
That's it.
Oh, well, that's fucked up in the head.
Yeah. People. Why are you going to, I don't get internet trends. You remember everyone was in that ice bucket shit.
Yeah.
Mm.
The breading was good though, wasn't it?
What was the bread in?
That's what you put.
Putting bread round cats.
Yeah.
Using like a piece of bread as a frame around the
Mm.
cat's face.
Right.
Essentially.
Oh,
Yeah.
Great.
I know. Redonkulous. Mike obviously liked it. Mike obviously did it to poor Chester. There's pictures
He
somewhere
wouldn't
in
let me.
Mike's. There's somewhere in Mike. Oh, he wouldn't let you. Fair enough.
No way would he.
He's got too much dignity, Chester.
Claws are too sharp, you mean?
There is that. No, I just think
Weird.
it's fucking ridiculous, man. Think for
Yeah.
yourself. Why are you going to do what some idiot does on the internet?
Because they raised it themselves.
Well, it's like the cake smash when people like push your face into your own birthday cake
That's
and
funny
that
though,
lot.
isn't it?
Not if there's a dowel in it.
A dowel?
Yeah, one of them like spikes that
Oh,
keep
right.
it up.
Oh no, that's definitely not good.
No, that's an eye gone straight away.
Yeah. It's just not funny,
No, it's
guys.
just a normal cake though, that's funny though, isn't it?
Yeah. Put your mouth open. Oh.
Make a wish. Boom.
Right, okay, moving on. How robo-taxis are dividing San Francisco.
Why has it got a code on the top of it? Is it hit into that?
So this is written by James Clayton, who says, I'll quote him, "My heartbeat quickens just a little as the cab approaches. It's a bizarre sight, one that I thought I wouldn't see in my lifetime. The cab has no driver. It stops in front of me and invites me to unlock its door with my phone before whisking me into the night. But as I'm about to get in, a passerby approaches. They're unsafe, he tells me. He says how he saw someone nearly get run over by a robo-taxi and warns me to be careful. He represents a faction in San Francisco that doesn't like robo-taxis and believes the city has agreed to a dangerous experiment which is putting lives at risk. And some have gone a step further. Over the summer, a campaign group has begun to disable the cars by putting cones on their bonnets. Safe Street Rebel describes what it's doing as, quote, coning, and some of its videos have gone viral. But city officials are committed to allowing the robo-taxis to operate on their streets for now. On 10th of August 2023, the California Public Utilities Commission voted to allow 2 cab companies to run a 24-hour service. Previously, they'd only been allowed to operate paid rides at night. Before that vote, officials listened to 6 hours of public comment, a conveyor belt of people voicing their hopes and concerns. Of course, they were Uber and Lyft drivers who were worried that robo-taxi would take away their jobs. Which it's going to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of course it is.
That's what you're setting this up for.
That's why you need a UBI.
Representatives of garbage disposal trucks said the cars often broke down and blocked their vehicles. San Francisco's fire service has criticised the cars for the same reason, claiming to have been obstructed 55 times
good,
this
is it?
year.
That's not good when you're burning to death.
No, sorry, we can't get to you at the moment.
Bricks are parked all over the place.
There's a Johnny cab in the way.
Yeah.
It's broke down. Others believe this technology simply hasn't proved itself to be safe yet, Matthew Sutter, a cab driver in San Francisco, said, I'm going to quote him, "I'm all about technology, but it's not ready, guys. This is a danger to the citizens of San Francisco." There were others representing physically disabled people who wondered how they would be able to get into the cabs without help from a driver. Mara Matt, the member of the Paratransit Coordinating Council, said the embrace of robo-taxis would leave disabled San Franciscans out in the cold.
No, grabbers.
What, like a big clamp that...
You've seen the ones that they use on the garbage trucks in America and that, you know?
Grabbing them.
Yeah, grab the old deer and in a little wheelchair and just like chuck it on the top.
I was thinking more of a specialised vehicle that, you know, like the bus goes...
Has like a little ramp that comes out.
There's ways to do it,
opens
isn't
the
there?
boot.
There's lots of ways.
And you roll
But this is something they should have really thought about, isn't it? Before rolling it out.
Because if you want a disabled taxi, you're going to have some kind of minivan set up with the ramp, aren't you?
Well, it just has a little ramp that comes out.
You ain't getting in a normal four-door saloon, are you?
No.
It's not going to be long.
This is
Something that should have been thought of.
It's not going to be long before it comes
Well,
along.
that should have been the reason for, you know, going... Should have been the reason they're pushing forward and marketing it, don't you think?
Well, yeah, you go like, hey, abled, disabled, you can get one of these.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, I suppose you'd have to specifically request the minicab on the app. The minivan, even.
This is coming to us soon.
This is just another
Eventually, isn't it?
Of course it is. Maybe
Gotta
5
happen.
years, 10 years, we'll be seeing this in Telford.
Maybe less
That
than
could be
that.
If they're doing it in San Francisco, then they're going to do it.
Well, they have said Telford is the San Francisco of England.
They have said that many times.
Who says that?
Me
They-
just then.
They.
They said
And
that.
who are we to question they? Because we won't be one of them.
But then there are people who are supporting it, are supporting the robo-taxis.
Isn't that a good idea?
Then there were its supporters. George Yanko, an orthopaedic surgeon in San Francisco and keen cyclist, said, "I see how these cars behave and I trust them much more than angry drivers or distracted drivers." He added that he had worked on many serious injuries involving human drivers and that robo-taxis appear to be safer.
They've got to be in the long run, haven't they? Once they perfect it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the problem is that they haven't perfected it yet and they're rolling it out now and it's causing problems.
But you want to perfect something, you've
Yeah.
got to test it. That's
Yeah.
your issue,
Yeah.
isn't it? And as long as you don't start mowing down buses full of nuns,
or little Johnny on the side of
or
the road.
little Johnny on the
Yeah,
side.
the bus full of nuns wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, would it?
No, but people tend to get upset when bus full of nuns just go over a cliff.
And originally the problem with this is it couldn't detect black people. So they're
Racist.
yeah. So
Oh
basically
man,
racist.
don't make the AI to be racist.
No, it was ignoring black people hailing them, that wasn't
It
it?
was, no, it's running them over.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So,
Well, because they couldn't see him.
Yeah, there was something wrong with
is
the
this like an
software.
old Nazi invention, really?
Obviously,
Is
it was white people that programmed it and hadn't programmed it, I guess, to recognise black people.
No,
So,
it's
it was something like that. Anyway,
it's got to be just whatever it is. There
there was a problem with the
must
software.
be a
or
problem with the
something,
camera
yeah.
that doesn't pick up darker skin
Yeah.
tones. Maybe
You've got
I don't think it was
program-
intentional,
No, I'm not saying it was
Shit in
intentional.
unless it was designed by the KKK. You branched out.
No,
Basically.
but you should be programming that shit in, shouldn't you?
So if you're a black guy and you see a robo-taxi coming towards you and you're at a
Fucking
zebra
run.
crossing and you think, oh, it's okay, that's going to stop, I'm going to use the zebra crossing legally like a pedestrian
Yeah.
should, and it just doesn't see you and then it speeds up.
it? So,
If it speeds up, then it definitely is the cake.
this has more.
KKK cars.
This has more implications because obviously if it's not recognising people with colour,
No, this is the
How's
problem.
it-
I think they've sorted it now.
yeah, but how would it have recognised dogs, deer, other animals?
Well, that's it.
like-
That's
was
something-
it programmed to?
I'm not sure.
Well, if it's in
You
San
do you know what I'm
Francisco.
saying though? If it wasn't programmed, if it was only programmed to like register white people or something, then what happens about all the animals? Was it not registered to?
They're going to have animals on
I don't know.
Only deer in
So
San Francisco.
it was registered to recognise animals, just not black people. Yeah, it was definitely invented by the KKK or something, wasn't it?
Terrible.
Definitely.
I don't know. It was a weird news we had a couple of years ago. I can't remember exactly,
Yeah.
but there was a problem with it. The taxi.
I am jesting, like
Yeah.
we are joking about it.
But this
But
guy, this
mad,
orthopaedic
isn't it?
surgeon says actually they're really safe and
Yeah.
there's less. I'm working out with less injuries involving than with human drivers.
I'm just picturing the ones from Total Recall.
And there's a woman who's blind and said it's provided her with a level of safety that she's never experienced before.
Yeah, you don't know. You're getting into a taxi with,
True,
you
yeah.
know, taxi drivers.
Yeah, a mother who said taxi drivers had rejected her when they saw her children's car seats. That's obviously a driverless car's not going to complain. To go back to the author, right, he said, I've seen both sides of the argument. I have used Cruise's robot taxis several times over the last few months without any accidents. At the same time, I've also been in a robot taxi that's broken down in the middle of the street.
Well, that can happen to her.
Unsure how to handle a tight right turn, it just simply stopped. Imagine being stuck in that, which just says, does not compute, and you can't take the turn, and you're stuck there. Sat in it.
Beep, beep, everyone papping their
Yeah,
own.
but
Yeah.
the car can break down though, can't it?
Yeah.
It can, but this has stopped because it's like, how the fuck do I take that turn?
Yeah.
From this angle, I can't make
Yeah.
it, so I'm just going to stop.
Oh, so it doesn't think to go or back up a little bit now.
No, probably not. San Francisco is a bit of an odd city, though, isn't it? It's like quite just grid squares, isn't it? Like most American cities are grids.
Yeah, that's all American cities, isn't it? Mostly.
Yeah. And you got that. Is San Francisco the one that's got the big hill that goes down, the famous one where
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage chased Sean Connery in The Rock?
You
Yeah.
got to go for the chasing bullet, the car chase.
It's
got
Rock
a bridge,
The
isn't it?
Rock-
And it's
The
got a
Rock's a
bridge,
far
isn't it?
better film.
It's got
The Rock is a better film than
Oh,
Bullet.
Has it got the Golden Gate Bridge? That's San Francisco, isn't it?
Yeah. Is it?
I believe
Is
so.
Alcatraz at San Francisco? Because that's the one with the golden. That's the one with the bridge in it.
Big bridge.
Oh, American listeners, you can tell us. You'll know more than us.
Anyway, yeah, robo-taxis.
I'm all for it.
It's going to happen, isn't it?
As long as they're
You
not
can make it
psychos
safe,
like
yeah.
in Total Recall.
Well, that wasn't a psycho. That's just Arnie being a psycho and trashing it.
I suppose, yeah, good point.
The Johnny Cab did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Right, moving on.
Mhm.
Mythical creature dubbed Goatsucker feared to have murdered 30 sheep in killing spree.
Is this the Chupacabra?
Yes.
We haven't done an episode of the Chupacabra.
Oh, I'm all over that shit. Let's do that, man. You know me, I like me cryptids.
Only because you want to have sex with Bigfoot.
Okay. Straight in there with that one.
Doesn't deny it, though, does it?
Female Bigfoot, are you going to say no?
Well, I think you can, or rip your arms off.
Exactly. In the situation, I would, because I would have to.
And you'd be a kind and considerate lover, I'm sure.
I would be gentle and, and tender.
Well, 30 sheep were found missing their eyes and brains.
Oh, fuck me.
with tiny holes in their heads.
Jesus, that's pretty too dark, isn't it?
Could have been aliens.
Could have been aliens.
The authorities are probing the mysterious deaths, with it originally thought a puma was behind them.
Oh yeah, because pumas take the eyes and brains
I know,
and
yeah.
put little tiny holes into the goats' heads. Yeah, that's what they do.
It's happened in Ocabamba, Peru.
Isn't that where the fucking aliens are attacking the village?
That's what they're saying.
yeah, yeah.
In Peru. Peru's a hotbed of paranormal activity. We need to
Seems,
go.
doesn't it? Yeah.
We need to go and take that 10-hour boat ride into the
Has
village.
somebody been removing the guinea pigs?
You know, they come. Oh, South Park, of course.
Like, or stop the Peruvian panpipe music.
Yeah, that's the one it is. There's not enough Peruvian panpipes going on.
Yeah.
Chupacabra's a weird one, though, isn't it? Because plenty of people have... It's a weird-looking cryptid as well. Have you ever seen it?
It's a picture.
Not
yeah.
seen it in real life, obviously. I mean, that's a bit of a glorified version of it. I've seen like ones where it's not so ripped, where it hasn't got where it hasn't got a thick ass on it, where it's like more spindly, but still them spines are a thing. It's an odd cryptid.
I've seen some videos of people of what there's one. There was this like one where it's running alongside the car almost down a road, and it looks towards it, and it does look like this very bald-looking dog, but with a abnormally large head.
They do get mistaken for like hyenas and coyotes. You're kind of looking at that kind of build, aren't you, in some of
But then
them?
it's got this strange head that's different. It's like bigger, and this video that I've seen it on a few different things as well. It does make you think like, what the fuck is that? It might just be a what's the word I'm looking for? Politically correct. Disabled dog. What's the word I'm looking for? Deformed dog. Could be, couldn't it?
Maybe.
But
who knows?
There's been a few strange occurrences like this, and it's been around in Mexico and areas like that
It's
for
crept
many,
into
many
America,
years.
well, your Texas and your Mexico border area.
Yeah.
Because them goats didn't kill themselves. They didn't take each other's eyes and brains.
No.
And
There's no hidden silencer anywhere, is there?
there's definitely a hidden silencer. And what's killed them then? Because animals don't do that. Normal predators don't just take eyes and brains and leave a hole in the head. Or obviously, chupacabra, goat sucker, drains them of blood. I don't know what happened in this case. We'll have to have a dive into the chupacabra.
This one's found a new way of doing it, maybe more.
Maybe it's evolved. Maybe they're evolving. Is it a cryptid? Is it an alien creature that's got stuck here somehow? You don't know, do you?
Maybe it's some sick humans.
Maybe it's some sick humans. You're right.
Maybe this farmer pissed somebody off, and they're right. We're going to pretend that you're being haunted by the chupacabra.
Maybe it's a shapeshifter.
Either way, it's horrible.
Yeah. And finally,
A paralysed man regains feeling and movement with AI brain implant.
That's impressive.
I can feel the touch of someone holding my hand. Paralysed man says it's overwhelming.
Oh.
That's nice.
yeah.
So yeah, a paralysed man has regained feeling in his limbs after an AI-enabled implant was placed into his brain. The first of its kind clinical trial used novel stimulation technology to restore the sense of touch and movement. 45-year-old Keith Thomas, who was paralysed from the chest down in 2020 after driving into a swimming pool.
Diving.
Sorry.
Driving.
He was doing a Keith Moon tribute.
Who was paralysed from the chest down in 2020 after diving into a swimming pool. I'm guessing he dived into a bit of a shallow.
Dived into the shallow
yeah.
end, yeah.
After living as a quadriplegic, which means arms and
Chest
legs.
down, can't move,
Yeah,
can
yeah. He was approached by Feinstein Industries for medical research in the US to take part in a study and proposed double neural bypass to reroute signals from the brain in order to restore movement and sensation. AI was able to relink his brain to his body through microchips implanted into his brain during a 15-hour surgical
Fucking
procedure.
hell. Still, that's impressive, isn't it?
Yep.
This is the first
That
time
is impressive.
the brain, body and spinal cord have been linked together electronically in a paralysed human to restore lasting movement and sensation. Yeah, a professor of the Institute of Bioelectronical Medicine and the Feinstein Institute who led the clinical trial. His name was Chad Bouton.
Why, there's a second Chad we've had
Is
tonight.
it?
The sheriff in the bull thing was like Sheriff Chad.
There's quite a few Chads in there. Is it America, is it?
Yeah.
So when the study participant thinks about moving his arm or hand, we supercharge his spinal cord and stimulate his brain and muscles to help rebuild connections, provide sensory feedback and promote recovery. This type of thought-driven therapy is a game changer.
Certainly is, isn't it?
So
massive.
he's thinking of what he wants to do. Whilst he's thinking of that, they're programming this computer chip in his brain to do what he's thinking. So then every time he thinks that, the memory of the chip in the brain goes,
the AI,
aha, this needs to move this way.
Mm.
How fucking amazing is
And
that?
because of the electrical stimulation to the muscles,
Becomes real movement.
it's
and-
rebuilding connections.
Yeah.
So eventually, you might actually be able to move about again.
Yeah.
like proper. And it'll only get better as well.
Of
The
course it will.
technology
It
will
really
only get better.
Really slow progress at first, wouldn't it? It'd be
Yeah.
like fingers moving at first,
Yeah, so
wouldn't
you
it?
could just feel someone holding his hand.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
feeling someone holding your hand and you've got no sensation at all.
Yeah.
That's nerve endings that have come back to life, isn't it?
So Mr. Thomas has already regained more than double his arm strength since enrolling in the clinical trial, and also reported feeling sensation in his forearm even when the system was switched off.
Really?
So that tells you nerve endings are being repaired
Yeah.
by the electrical stimulation
Permanently,
and
yeah.
muscle movement and memory and things like that. So there was a time that I didn't know if I was even going to live or if I wanted to, frankly, said Mr. Thomas.
Yeah, I'd be. You know what? It's dark, but if I was paralysed in the chest down, I'm stuck in a wheelchair like that. I can't do anything myself. I'd be thinking, right, how can I fucking end it?
And now he says just the feel of somebody touching his hand, he can feel that and it's overwhelming.
I can't wait to get some
amazing.
feeling back in me dick.
That's why it's overwhelming, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
he's been like, he's already said to the surgeons, look, if it works on my hand, get me dick to work, bob on. That's all I need. I can live then. I've got a working hand and my cock works, so worst case scenario, Pornhub.
What if the AI brain implant, when the AI becomes gets a singularity and takes over, what if all the people with these brain implants just start getting up and just strangling doctors and scientists?
Well, let's hope that doesn't
They
happen.
become the AI.
They become AI puppets in the revolution, and our armed forces have to make the decision to shoot paralysed people being propelled by AI.
Well, these are the birth of your Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator and that, because that's why they look
Cyborgs.
like humans.
Yeah.
And this is how it all started, and then what they decided was, well, hold on,
Oh, let
people's
that guy in.
skeletons are a bit weak. Let's start putting metal skeletons in instead.
They'll be the first infiltrators. Be like, oh, let that guy in. He's in a wheelchair. Come on, mate. Come in
No,
there.
he's not in a wheelchair because he's walking. He's not paralysed anymore.
Not every,
Yeah, but he's in a wheelchair, and then he gets up and starts
Yeah,
kicking
because
ass.
he's using the wheelchair, smuggling like phased plasma rifles, Mike.
I see.
yeah, not every piece of text like linked up to the internet though, is it? It's you know, and that for AI to take over and infiltrate. It's
AI will find a way.
Well,
The newer ones will have Wi-Fi in them.
Yeah.
This is only the basic model. Because everyone will have a Wi-Fi chip at some point, probably. I don't know.
But then surely anybody can hack him.
I was going to say, you'll get
yeah,
some...
but you haven't got the AI implants. You've just got the Wi-Fi chip.
Next thing you wake up and
You're
you've
in
got a
Russia.
gun in the middle of a bank. You just-
Oh no! I don't want to rob this bank. You're firing an AK into a crowd of people.
More than likely be running around Ukraine speaking Russian. Like, what the fuck am I doing?
on the front line.
Hang
Oh
on!
shit, he's got us!
That is a danger.
I don't trust AI.
It's going to be going on for a while, isn't it? Let's face it. So
I just don't trust AI.
No. Who can after watching Terminator?
It could
How
be
can you deny
brilliant.
that, man?
I know, and it's tragic because it could improve our lives massively.
100 million people, they reckon.
Let's just hope.
But it could launch all the nuclear weapons off and decides that we're just squishy meat bags who don't deserve to live on the planet.
Could.
And if it's 50-50, that's too high for me to gamble with the human race. 50-50 is too high.
You tell that man 50-50 too high.
Alright, I'll go and tell him. Say, sorry, mate.
Switch this off.
You're not,
Switch this off
you're not
now.
walking again.
You're going to be paralysed again because we don't trust it.
We can't. What if we just don't let it get to the internet?
what happens if you had to say that to that man?
Yeah, that's
look,
what I
look,
mean.
guy, you know,
We're
AI
making
is
that
going to
decision.
take
Hey,
over
are
your
you
body.
Canadian now? Hey, look, guy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy, you're gonna walk again.
You see what this is all about? We can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
But 50-50 is too high for the human race. Come on.
I couldn't look into that man's eyes and not let him have the treatment.
Not let him feel the feeling of his own penis in his hand again.
I know that is a fantastic sensation.
That was a
But-
sigh of disgust from Claire, by the way.
And what if you get paralysed tomorrow? You'll want it, wouldn't you?
You
Yeah,
want
but
the
I'm
head
special.
chip?
Ah,
Oh.
typical politician. One rule for them and another rule for us.
Mine won't be connected to the internet.
Oh, right. What excuses? You're digging a hole.
I'm not taking any hole.
There you are.
All right, you know what? I won't be a hypocrite. I'll go with it. I'll say
I'll
okay.
go with full paraplegic.
I can't do it, but then someone has to shoot me in the head.
And on that,
That can be
bombshell,
arranged.
Yeah, on that bombshell.
Well, on that bombshell, I've been Ben. Thanks very much for listening. AI, Johnny Cabs, you're going to be in one sooner rather than later. Let's hope that you're not wrapped around one at some point.
I've been Mike, thanks for listening. Peace out, may the force be with you.
And I've been Claire. Don't smash eggs on your kids' heads.
No, don't do that.
No. And I've been Pete. Yeah, AI to make people move again in the car. Brilliant.
Nuclear holocaust is coming. As soon as they take over, as soon as they decide we're expendable.
50-50.
It's too high!